My name is Ellen Snortland. I'm in Southern California, specifically in Altadena, California. I personally define empowerment as an exchange between people. Giving somebody something without their receptivity is basically based on force. Empowerment is for lack of a better word, transaction. So I leave feeling uplifted and seen, and so does the person I'm interacting with. And so that for me is empowerment. It's the power to rather than power for or power or else. I've been doing this for a long time. And one would think that I would be sick of it or tired of it or not moved by it anymore. And I just took a young woman to a graduation of Impact Personal Safety Los Angeles, and I was just as inspired as I was when I first encountered Impact Personal Safety, which is my mothership, is Impact Personal Safety Los Angeles. And everybody was inspired. And that's another thing that happens is that, and I say this about art too, when you're in the presence of art, you feel like, oh, I want to do art too. And when you're not in the presence of art, whether it's a concert or a play or some kind of performance, and you're left with, oh, that was good, but you don't feel like going out and doing whatever it was that you saw or your particular form of art, then art was not present. And it's indefinable, and you know it when it's there. And that's true of empowerment also. You cannot describe adequately in words what happens in an empowerment self-defense class because it doesn't exist in words. It lives in one's body and one's heart and one's soul. And words are insufficient. So Bessel van der Kolk in the book, The Body Keeps the Score, that's very true. And Western folks especially have ignored the body and concentrated on everything from the neck up. That's missing it, because one of the things that happens in empowerment self-defense is we integrate body, soul, and mind and emotions. All of it is integrated. And that is not easy to access verbally. I have seen over and over again women walk in one way and walk out another. They're transformed, which is different, the word change. We don't teach them something that they memorize and then spit back to us. There is a fundamental shift in their existential way of being, which is wow. So, I'll probably be on my deathbed going, take an impact class. How empowerment self-defense can impact communities as well as individuals is that when we have a critical mass of women standing up for each other and for the well-being of all, doesn't matter gender, doesn't matter any of that, then we have women who are empowered to stand up. It transforms communities. It just does. I think back on things that I did after I had taken my initial class that I would never have dreamed of doing, ever. Intervening on things and just saying, you know what? You don't have to do this. A really good example is that I was out to protest George Floyd's murder, and it was right there in the pandemic time, and I pulled up my car, parked it, and I had my mask on, and I had a megaphone, and I had a candle because it was a candlelight visual. And as I stepped out of my car, I heard a bunch of yelling, really violent yelling. And there was a white man in a muscle car, you can't be more stereotyped than that, yelling at a young Hispanic man on a bicycle, and they were escalating. And I thought, you know what? this could go so badly. This could go really sideways and mess up the whole vigil, really. If it became about these two guys, I just went, you know what? Nobody else is around. Nobody else is going to do anything about this. So I am. I walked over to the young man on the bicycle and I said, don't say anything. Just come with me. Turn around. Walk with me. Walk your bicycle and walk with me. Pretend like you know me and just walk with me. And I broke up the whole adrenaline thing he was having with this guy. And I just said, just turn around. Trust me. You don't know me. It's fine. Walk with me. So he did. And can I prove that something bad was going to happen? No, I cannot. Nor do I need to, because my intuition told me if I didn't intervene, no one else was going to. Before empowerment self-defense, I would have waited for somebody else. And that's what I love, is preventing the things that could have happened. And I've had many instances of that. And that's me stepping up as a community member, not as an individual, but as somebody who cares about her community. My intention for the biggest takeaway for people is that they have a profound experience of I'm not alone. And they have shoulders to stand next to shoulder, and shoulders to stand on. And that this is not a flash in the pan. This is real. And when I wrote Beauty Bites Beast, I basically said, look, this has got to be global, because until all of us are safe, no one's safe. And I think people will get that just from being there. I want to participate in a summer camp. This is my baby. I didn't found it per se, but I certainly had a great deal to contribute to spreading it with my book and with Beauty Bites Beast, the documentary. I still get emails saying, if I'd not read your book, I'd be dead. And I'm like, okay, okay. Now, am I the one always delivering the programs? No. But I certainly have supported and assisted and furthered our work. And one of the things I have been saying is, and it's very similar to the classes, is that you've got to see Beauty Bites Beast to understand why you had to see Beauty Bites Beast. Because a lot of the things in my book and in the movie are thoughts that people have never had before. And how can you think thoughts that you haven't thought before? Never forget my mantra, which is think globally, act locally, and there's nothing more local than your body. So by women learning how to protect their own bodies, they're protecting the globe. So I would encourage new instructors to understand that what they're doing is global. And I keep thinking, I need to create an impact class for seniors, and I think that I could get support in doing that. And I have been so busy with playwriting and writing, and I was just nominated for Journalist of the Year by the Los Angeles Press Club. My plate is really full with my writing, and in the back of my mind is, senior class, because older women to step up for everyone is a very powerful and ancient tradition. Mindsets are very insidious. They're hidden, they're strong. And one of the powerful things about empowerment self-defense courses is that they tamper with mindsets. Physical access to something that will launch you into a whole different experience of yourself is quite another thing.